Have you ever met someone who trusts everyone they meet, almost instantly? They open up to strangers, share their secrets, and always assume the best in people. Is that a strength, or a weakness? And why do some people trust so easily in the first place? Today we're exploring the psychology behind easy trust, and what it really says about a person. Psychologists say that trust actually begins in childhood, long before we can even speak. Children raised in safe, loving environments learn that the world is trustworthy, and that feeling sticks. This is called secure attachment, a psychological pattern that shapes how we relate to others for life. People with secure attachment tend to be naturally open, warm, and trusting with almost everyone they meet. They see themselves positively, and naturally assume others are good too. It's not naivety. It's their default lens. But here's where it gets interesting: trusting easily isn't always about a happy childhood. Sometimes people trust easily because they're deeply afraid of being alone. They trust quickly because connection feels urgent to them. They'd rather risk being hurt than feel rejected. Psychologists call this anxious attachment, where someone constantly seeks approval and closeness from others. They often overgive, overshare, and trust too soon, hoping it will make others stay. But there's also a beautiful reason people trust easily, and that's high empathy. Highly empathetic people can feel what others feel, so they naturally let their guard down faster. They're genuinely interested in people's stories and lives, which makes building trust feel natural and effortless. Empaths often mirror the emotions of those around them, which makes people feel deeply understood and safe. Another reason: pure optimism. Some people genuinely believe the world is mostly good, and they live by that. Even when they've been hurt before, they bounce back, because hope is simply how they're wired. But let's be honest, this beautiful trait can also make them a target. Not everyone deserves that trust. People who trust too easily can be taken advantage of by manipulators who spot that openness quickly. They share too much too soon, and sometimes people use that information against them. They often miss red flags because they're too busy seeing the best in people. Red flags? Oh, they see them, they just convince themselves it will be different this time. Here's a fact though: people who trust easily tend to have richer social lives and more meaningful friendships. Research shows that people with high interpersonal trust report greater happiness and lower stress levels. They spend less energy being suspicious, and that mental freedom makes life genuinely lighter. Interestingly, their openness often disarms even the most guarded people. Trust is genuinely contagious. The challenge is, they lead with their heart, not their head. And that's both their magic and their vulnerability. So is there a difference between trusting easily and being gullible? Absolutely, and it matters. Trusting people choose to believe in others. Gullible people can't see why they shouldn't. There's a huge difference. Truly trusting people still observe. They just choose kindness as their default response. And the healthiest version of trust? It comes with boundaries, something many easy trusters have to learn. A boundary isn't a wall. It's simply knowing how much of yourself to share, and when. When trust is broken, and it will be sometimes, it hits people who trust easily especially hard. After being betrayed, they sometimes swing to the opposite extreme, and shut everyone out. This is one of the saddest cycles: someone born to connect, now too scared to try. But here's what psychology also tells us: self-awareness is the bridge between vulnerability and strength. When people who trust easily develop self-awareness, they become extraordinary, in relationships and in life. Learning to pause before fully trusting someone, not to be suspicious, but to be intentional, is a superpower. Trust given over time, based on consistent actions, that's where real, lasting relationships are built. Protecting your trust doesn't mean losing your warmth. The two can absolutely coexist. In fact, people who trust easily, with just a little wisdom added, make the best friends, partners, and leaders. Their natural openness creates psychological safety around them. Others feel free to be themselves. Trust, like a plant, needs time and the right conditions. You don't pour the whole watering can in one go. Psychologists suggest 3 things that help: observe actions over words, start with small vulnerabilities, and watch how they handle your trust. Real trust is always mutual. If you're always giving but never receiving the same, that's a sign. If you're someone who trusts easily, own it. That openness is rare. The world genuinely needs it. Just add a little wisdom to that warmth, and you become completely unstoppable. Let's wrap up with this: trust is always a choice, not a reflex, not a weakness, and not a mistake. Trust is the bridge between two people. You don't have to burn it, but you do get to decide who crosses it. People who trust easily and learn from it, not despite it but because of it, they grow the fastest. And if you're watching this and thinking, "That's me," you're not alone. Millions of people feel exactly this way. The world has too many walls and not enough bridges. People who trust easily, they build bridges naturally. Trust someone the way you'd hold a bird, gently, openly, but knowing it chose to land there. The goal isn't to stop trusting. The goal is to trust wisely, with both your heart and your eyes open. If this video resonated with you, if you've been hurt for trusting too easily, know that your heart is not broken. It's just brave. If you want more psychology videos like this one, subscribe, hit the bell, and drop a comment below. I read every single one. Until next time, keep trusting the right people, keep growing, and above all, keep that beautiful heart open. See you soon.